If you bought a Rubik's Cube, it probably came with a cheat sheet like this with all the algorithms. I could blindly work my way through the algorithms and get to a solved cube, but I had no idea why the algorithms actually worked. So I spent some time during the quarantine trying to uncover the logic behind some of these algorithms. And this video series is my attempt to share what I have learned with you. There are many algorithms which can lead to a solved cube. The ones that I chose are not the most efficient ones, but they are the ones which could help me visualize what was going on. So if you're interested in solving the cube, be patient and work through the algorithms with me, and I hope you can have fun and get to a solved cube. A 3x3 Rubik's Cube has 6 faces. So this is a face. And there are 3 types of pieces in the cube. The first type of piece is the centerpiece. The second type of piece is the edge piece. That's the one with the 2 colors. And the third type of piece is the corner piece. That's the one with the 3 colors. So the centerpiece is going to stay fixed. When you solve the Rubik's Cube, you have to look at the centerpiece to know what color the face is going to be in. The edge pieces can move across the other edges, and the corner pieces can move across the other corners. We will start by solving for the top layer. So what I mean by layer is, when I'm done solving, not only will I have solved this top face, but also the other colors in the top face will correspond correctly to the respective faces they're supposed to align with. Let's look at a couple of examples. So here we have an edge piece which is white and blue. This is in the right place because not only is the white corresponding to the correct top layer, the blue is also corresponding to the blue face. Let's look at another piece. So here we have a corner piece and the top is white. This looks correct. But let's look at the other colors. This face is supposed to be orange, but I see a green here in the corner piece. Similarly, this face is supposed to be green, but I see a red here. So this is clearly in the wrong place. When this layer is solved, I should see a corner piece here which is white, orange and green. So I'm going to start with solving the top layer, and I will keep my top layer as white. You can choose any color, but I think for a beginner it helps to differentiate a little better between white and the other colors. So in this video I will only solve for the cross on the top layer, which means I'm only solving for the edge pieces. So when we are done, we should be able to see a white cross in the top, and these pieces also will correspond to the correct faces on the sides. I'm going to use a single algorithm for solving the entire top layer, but it needs a little setup prior to solving. So before I apply the algorithm, here's what I need. I need my target piece to be present in the bottom layer with the white side facing me. Let me show you some examples of that. So let's say this is my target piece. I want this to move to the bottom layer and I want the white side to be facing me. So if a edge piece is in the second layer, I could just rotate it. See, here I have it now in the bottom layer with the white side facing me. Here's another example. This is my target piece, and I know it's not in the right place, right? Because I need orange here, but it's red. So first, let me get it to the bottom layer. I could rotate this piece twice like this and it came to the bottom layer, but in the process of doing that, I seem to have knocked out some other required edge piece to the second layer. So here's another way of doing it. What I will do is I will get that center slice down, and then I will move this edge piece to a safe place, and then I will get the center slice back up. And now my piece has moved to the bottom layer. I'm going to use this term safe place throughout the rest of my videos. So let me explain to you what this safe place means. Basically, when I move a target piece, I need to make sure that the next movement on the cube is not going to affect it. So I need this edge piece in the bottom layer. The way to do that is to get this center slice down. Now, I don't want to disturb the rest of the stuff in the top face. So I need to move this center slice minus the target piece back up. How do I do that? So I take this edge piece and move it here to the left, so that when I move the center slice back up, this edge piece is not affected. So let me show that again. I need this here in the bottom layer. So what I'm going to do is move the center slice down. Now I'm going to move this edge piece to the left. I can also move this edge piece to the right, because when I move the center slice up, it's not going to affect it. Now I move the center slice back up. Here is the single trick I use to get all my pieces in the top layer. Remember that to apply this trick, first I need my target piece in the bottom layer with the white side facing me. So let's look at this target edge piece. This is a white and blue piece. So I will need that to move here to the white and blue sides. First let me get it here. Now I will hold the cube with the blue side facing me. First, I will move the edge piece to a safe place, then get the center slice down, collect the edge piece, and then move back up together. Let me show that again. This is my blue and white edge, and I'm holding the cube with the blue side facing me. Move this edge piece to a safe place, get the center slice down, collect the edge piece, and then they move back up together. You will notice that this move is very similar to what we did to get the piece from the top to the bottom. In fact, it is the same algorithm. Basically, when you move something from the top to the bottom, you're also replacing something in its place. By keeping our target in a safe place first, we are making sure that we replace the existing edge piece by an edge piece that we want. Sometimes the target piece is in the bottom layer, but the white side is not facing me. So this is my top layer. Ideally, I want my target piece in the bottom layer with the white side facing me. What do we do in such a scenario? First, align this edge piece to a center slice which is not filled yet, or which does not have the correct edge. Then, move the center slice down. Now you can see here that the white side is actually facing up now, but we need to move the center slice back. So first we will take this edge, move it to a safe place. Now I can move the center slice back. So let me repeat that for you. This is my edge piece with the white side facing downward, but I want it facing me. I have aligned it to a center slice which is not yet filled. So first I move the center slice down. By doing that, my edge actually flipped over and the white is now facing me. But I still need to move the center slice up. So I'll move this edge piece to a safe place. And now I can move my center slice up. So now I have this edge piece in the bottom layer with the white side facing me. I can use the let me come and get you method to get it to where I want. So I move it to a safe place, get the center slice down, collect it and move it back. And there, this edge is now in the right place. For an inverted edge in the bottom layer, I can use a faster trick to get it where I want. If I align it to its correct side face first, which in my case it's going to be blue, when I get the center slice down, instead of simply moving this target piece to a safe place, I can as well collect the piece and move back up in one shot. Basically what I'm doing is combining the first trick of flipping this piece with the let me come and get you algorithm. Let me repeat that for you. So here's my piece with the white side flipped. First I align it with the blue face, get the center slice down. Now one rotation has moved this to a safe place. With another rotation, I can as well collect it and move back up. And now the edge is in its right place. Now I'm going to put together everything we have learned so far and solve for the cross on the top layer. So let me start here. I can see I have a white and orange piece. So I need this to move here, move it to a safe place, get the center slice down, collect the piece, move back up. So this is done. Let me get this down first. Now I need this to move here with the edge side flipped. So I'm going to use the faster trick, which is move the center slice down, not just take it to a safe place but also collect it and move back up. Where I'm at, this is one more edge piece. Let me first get it down, move the center slice down, move the edge to a safe place, move the center slice back up. Now this piece is flipped over, so again I'm going to align it with the red face and use my fastest trick. Move it down, 2 degrees of rotation. Here I can move it back up. And where is my last edge piece? Here it is, white and green, which I need to move here. So move the piece to a safe place, get the center slice down, collect the piece, move back up. And there we have it. We have the white cross in the top layer and all the edge piece are corresponding the right color in the side faces as well.